me ask you a serious question. If someone offered you $1 to $3 million guaranteed, inflation adjusted, and paid every single month for the rest of your life, would you walk away from it? Think about that. Because whether you realize it or not, that's exactly what a military retirement can be worth. Today, I'm going to break down clearly and simply how much military retirement is actually worth, why most people dramatically underestimate it, and how to think about it the right way. No hype, no recruiting slogans, just some real numbers. Welcome back, I'm the Adjutant. Here we break down military pay, benefits, retirement, and life after service. Clearly, honestly, and without all the noise. Let's get into it. All right, let's start with the part that everyone knows, monthly retired pay. If you retire at 20 years under the High 3 system, your pension equals 2.5% your years of service multiplied by your High 3 average's base pay. Now that means with 20 years, you're going to have roughly 50% of your base pay. And at 30 years, you're going to have approximately 75% of your base pay. So now let's look at some real numbers here. An E7 retiring today might receive anywhere between $2,800 to $3,200 per month. An 05 or a lieutenant colonel, often somewhere in the neighborhood of $5,500 to $6,500 per month. And remember, folks, that's every month for life, and it starts immediately. But here's where people mess up. They stop the math right there. Let's say a retiree receives $3,000 per month. That's $3,600 per year. Now also, let's assume, and use very conservatively, that there's a 30-year retirement lifespan. That's over $1 million, and that's without accounting for raises. And that's the key word, raises. Military retirement includes COLA, or cost of living allowance adjustments, tied to inflation. Many civilians' pensions rarely do that. Most annuities don't do it at all. Social Security alone was never designed to carry someone. When you factor in COLA, that same pension can easily approach $1.5 to $2 million over a lifetime. And for senior officers, that number climbs even higher. Now let's talk about the benefit people underestimate the most, Tricare. Healthcare in retirement is one of the largest expenses Americans face. The average retired couple could spend anywhere from $300,000 to $500,000 on healthcare over their lifetime. Military retirees, they often pay a fraction of that. Tricare Prime or Select plus Tricare for Life, which starts at 65, dramatically reduces what you have to pay. How? Your monthly premiums are lower, your out-of-pocket expenses are lower, prescription expenses are either non-existent or significantly reduced. Now, what we're going to do, let's layer that with something else. VA compensation. For many retirees, this is tax-free income that stacks on top of retirement pay. And in some cases, there are retirees that receive their military pension, their VA compensation, their civilian salary, and later they're also going to receive Social Security. That's multiple streams of income, and depending on your state, folks, that's fully tax-free or partially exempt or taxed at reduced rates. That tax efficiency alone increases the real value of your retirement. Let's talk about another overlooked factor, and that is stability. Military retirement does not depend on market returns. It does not disappear in a recession. It does not require you to manage your withdrawals. And with the survivor benefit plan, your spouse can continue to receive income even long after you're gone. Now that kind of certainty has some value. Real value, especially when the markets kind of wobble or jobs disappear or healthcare changes, government shutdowns. So let's look at the big picture. How much is military retirement worth? For many, baseline $1 million. Reasonably, $2 million. Even more when healthcare and tax advantages are included. The real question isn't whether military retirement is valuable. The question is, do you understand what you're walking away from if you leave early? Now, that does not mean everyone should stay in, but what it does mean is everyone should do the math. If this has helped you see the bigger picture, hit the like, subscribe, and share this with someone who's still on the fence of whether or not to get in, stay in. And tell me in the comments where you are in your military journey right now. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. Information only matters if you understand it. And understanding gives you options, whether we're talking about military pay, benefits, travel, or bigger life decisions. The goal here is always the same: clarity over confusion. Too many people move through systems they don't fully understand, and that costs them time, money, and peace of mind. My goal with this channel is to slow things down, break things apart, and give you the context you need to make better decisions in your life. You don't have to know everything, you just have to know enough to ask the right questions, because that's where real leverage starts. Again, if this video has helped you, hit the like button so it reaches the people who need it, and subscribe if you want clear, straightforward breakdowns without all the noise. I read the comments, I pay attention to what you want covered next. I treat this channel like a conversation and certainly not a lecture. Now remember this: your time matters, your decisions matter, and understanding the systems you're operating in matters more than most people realize. Stay informed, stay intentional. I wish you blessings and blessings. I am the Adjutant. I'll see you in the next one. Shalom.